everyone, today I'm going to go over use segments and congruence. So let's first go over some vocabulary. A postulate or axiom is a rule that is accepted without proof. A coordinate is the real number that correlates to a point. Distance is the absolute value of the difference of the coordinates of A and B on a number line. Between is if A, B, and C are collinear, then B is between A and C. So in the first drawing here, you can see that A, B, and C are collinear, so that's why we can say that B is between A and C. But in the second example, B is not collinear with A and C, so it is not between. And the last vocab word is congruent segments. So congruent segments are line segments with the same length, and there are different symbols that we can use to denote this. In an image, we can draw a little tick mark to show that AB and XY are congruent. We can also write line segment AB is congruent to line segment XY, and the congruent symbol is an equal sign with a little squiggly line on top. And if we write AB equals XY without the line segment symbol on top of AB or on top of XY, then what we're talking about here is the length. And the length is equal, and you can plug in numbers. So here are some examples of measuring the length of a figure. So in the first one, we want to find the length of mn in millimeters. Our ruler is in centimeters, and 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. If you look at the line segment and draw a straight line down from the line segment to the ruler, we can see that this is 3.4 centimeters. So that means this would be 34 millimeters. In the next example, we have a hexagon, and the dashed line shows us that this is at 3.1 centimeters. And make sure you're using the same units as on the ruler. So on the ruler it tells us that it's centimeters. Next we have find the length of RS in inches. So our ruler is in inches, which means we don't have to convert anything. So since the distance between 0 and 1 is split into 4 parts, that means we know that each piece is 0.25 inches. So that means RS is 1.75 inches. If we look at the width of the heart, it lands at 1.25 inches. Here are some postulates that we use in geometry. Sorry that it's a little blurry. So the ruler postulate, it states that the points on a line can be matched 1-to-1 with real numbers. The real number that corresponds to a point is the coordinate of the point. And the distance between points A and B, written as AB, is the absolute value of the difference of the coordinates of A and B. And the segment addition postulate states that if B is between A and C, then AB plus BC will equal AC. If AB plus BC equals AC, then B is between A and C. So here are some examples. For the first one, we want to find Km. We know that KL is 24 and LM is 12. So in order to find the length of Km, we can add those two together. So we get 24 plus 12, so that means Km equals 36. Next, we know that RT is 37 and RS is 18, and we want to find ST. So that's the space here, I'll just call it X. So that means we can subtract 37 minus 18, because 37 is the entire thing, and if we take out the 18, if we take out this part, then we'll know how long ST is. So that means ST equals 19. Next, we have a line segment with P, Q, R, and S on the line. We know that PS is 46, so that means this entire length is 46. We know PR is 18, so that means this entire length is 18. And we know PQ equals QR, so we know that these two are the same. So for the first one, we want to find PQ, which is this distance here. So in order to find that, we know that PQ is equal to QR, so if we call them X, then we know that 2x equals 18, because both of them added together will equal the long length, which is 18. So that means x equals 9, so PQ equals 9. For the next part, we want to find QS, which is from here to here. So we know that the entire length is 46, and we now know that this part is 9 and this is 9, so we can subtract 46 minus 9, and that'll give us 37, which is the length of QS. There's also another way to solve this. You can also find the length of RS. So if the entire length is 46 and PR is 18, then we can subtract and get RS. So RS would equal 46 minus 18. So that means RS is 28. So this is 28. So another way to find QS is to add. So from Q to S would be QR plus RS, which means it would be 9 plus 28, which is also 37. So that's another way to solve this same problem. Next, we have line segment XZ, and we want to find YZ. So we know that the entire length is 27, and we have xy is 2x plus 3 and yz equals 3x minus 1. So that means those two line segments added together will equal 27. So 2x plus 3, which is the xy part, plus 3x minus 1 will equal 27. So when we combine like terms, we get 5x plus 2 equals 27. So 5x equals 25 and x equals 5. But our answer isn't 5 because we're looking for yz. So to find yz, we're going to plug in 5 for x and solve for yz. So we would get 3 times 5 minus 1. So that'll be 15 minus 1, which is 14. So that means yz equals 14. Okay, in the next section, we want to determine if the line segments are congruent. So I already plotted the points for the problem, and what we're going to do now is find the distance. So what you can do if you have a graph is to count if there are horizontal or vertical lines. So from A to B, that is 1, 2, 3. So AB is 3 units. And from C to D, that would be 1, 2, 3. So this is also 3 units. And we want to determine if they are congruent. So since they have the same length, that means they are congruent. So you can write AB is congruent to CD, and it's because AB equals CD. Next we have EF and GH. So the distance of EF would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 units. And the distance for GH would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 units. So that means they are not congruent because they don't have the same length. Okay, and the last type of problem is using a number line to find the indicated distance. So this is where we're going to use the ruler postulate. To find JK, J is here and K is here. So we're going to take the absolute value of J, which is at -8, and subtract it from K. that'll be negative 3. So then we get negative 8 plus 3, which is the absolute value of negative 5, so that means the distance is 5. And if you look at the number line and count, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. In the next one, we're looking for km, so k is here and m is here. And we're going to take the absolute value of k, which is at negative 3, subtract it from m, which is at 7. So that'll give us the absolute value of negative 10, so that's 10. The distance for km is 10, and if you wanted to count, that would be 10 spaces away. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you understand using segments and congruence. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!